Hello everybody, thank you for viewing my channel, and if you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe, all that good stuff. Right now I'm going to be doing part 2 of my review of the Blu-ray Pawn, starring Forest Whitaker, Michael Chiklis, Common, Stephen Lang, Nikki Reed, Ray Liotta. There's a bunch of different names, huge names in this movie actually, and a little bit about my thoughts on the movie. It was, for me, this movie was really hard to. It was really hard to follow. I guess it was kind of schizophrenic in a way, if that kind of makes sense. So we're kind of, at the beginning of the movie, Forest Whitaker playing a cop named Will. He walks into a diner, pretty much a robbery in progress, but you don't know that until Will kind of figures out that people are acting strange in the diner. And this whole story as to what transpired kind of plays out originally. And then Ray Liotta playing a character later on in the movie. Ray Liotta playing a character of a man in a suit. I think his actual character name is like Man in the Suit. He's interviewing somebody in the hospital, trying to get their take on what had happened. And it kind of cuts to the robbery, how everything started and whatnot, and it shows how everything had kind of played out, which is a little different from what we saw at the beginning of the movie. And then, wow. So, basically, this whole movie it was really hard to follow because there's different bits and pieces of the story that maybe have changed and whatnot, and they kind of insert those into the movie throughout the movie, so a little bit changes every now and then to the storyline, which kind of made the movie kind of hard to follow and whatnot. So anyway, basically, the robbery is carried out by a group of thugs, British thugs. The mastermind, his name is Derek, played by Michael Chiklis. And anyway, so they're in there to really get a hard drive for someone. And they were supposed to show up 2 minutes to midnight because there was that was the original plan, and apparently there was a timed lock on the safe where this hard drive was 2 minutes to midnight. So that was the original plan, but Derek wanted to go in a little sooner because he wanted to, get some more stuff for himself, kind of rob people and get some stuff for himself. So they go in a little early, and that's between that waiting time from the time they arrive or they go into the diner to the time that the safe can be unlocked. While they're waiting in the diner there, that's when Will, the cop, shows up, and everything pretty much falls apart. And there are some spoilers in this review, I will say. Will is pretty much shot and killed and whatnot, and yada yada yada. I'm looking at my notes here. And so anyway, after a while, there's also another version of the story told by it would be by I don't know. It's kind of, it's not really about the story told, but different parts of the story. So Nick's wife is Nick is actually played by Faris, and he's kind of in the middle of all this. He gets dragged into the middle of all this, and his wife is being taken in for questioning and whatnot. And her kind of version of the story of what Nick was doing there was Nick was there to visit his brother, and we kind of see how that played out, how Nick was there to meet his brother for coffee and whatnot. And anyway, so about this hard drive, as Ray Liotta is talking. Back up. See, this is really hard. So as Nick's wife is being interviewed by the man in the suit, Ray Liotta, he asks Nick's wife if he wants to talk to Nick. So they call the diner on a private phone. She's talking to Nick. She's pregnant and whatnot, and she's talking to Nick, and then Ray Liotta takes the phone away from Nick's wife, and about the hard drive says Nick has 30 minutes to get the hard drive back in the safe, or he will not see his wife again, pretty much threatening him. And, we find out throughout the movie that Lieutenant Barnes, played by Marton Csokas, he's kind of behind this as well, and he wants all the people in the diner to die to kind of clean up all the messes, the whole mess that kind of came about. Anyway, so there's a plan B that Derek had come up with, and so nobody knows what his plan B is, but he decides to implement plan B. He takes off his coat, and he has a cop uniform on under his coat, which was actually Will's, and because obviously there's blood all over it because Will got shot and died. And he acts like he's hurt, like he's a cop. He steals a cop car and he gets away. Nick is in the back of an ambulance, and then he kind of figures out what's going on. And so he jumps out of the ambulance and runs away. And he actually runs to where Derek was staying at the hotel, breaks into Derek's car, takes the hard drive from the trunk of the car, because that's where Derek had kept the hard drive, and basically Derek, after finding out the hard drive's not there, he gets killed because he's supposed to give whoever this hard drive. He gets killed, and Nick actually gives his brother the hard drive, who works in internal affairs, and pretty much Nick is in the clear, and he can go on with his life. I'm not going to tell you what's on the hard drive though, so that's one thing I will save for you. Okay, overall, like I said, this movie was hard to watch, hard to follow for me anyway. Overall, it has a pretty good, pretty strong cast in it. I give Pawn 3 out of 5 stars. It's worth a look, but once you watch it, you might not want to see it again. I don't know. It's not my kind of movie, but it could be enjoyed. I could see by other people that like these kind of movies that are hard to follow and have different elements and aspects in it and whatnot. I thought it was going to be kind of like a Vantage Point type movie. The movie Vantage Point, where it kind of goes back and shows you different angles, and you kind of get more of the story that way. I don't know, not really, but one could argue. Anyway, thank you for watching my part 2 of review on the movie Pawn, the Blu-ray. This is out in stores, by the way. It is out. It came out on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, yesterday. So, if you're interested, go ahead and grab your copy. This is the Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. So, once again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, leave a comment, like my videos, tell your friends to subscribe, and thanks for watching, and until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful day.